Happy birthday to you, Nintendo Switch. It's officially the 1-year birthday party celebration of the Nintendo Switch. It is a full 365 days old today, and we are celebrating with Comment Force number 51. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here. Our weekly show now has face cam, and that is momentous because the first time ever the Comment Force has included face space. So now you have a birthday party, you got face space, and you have epic hoodies and t-shirts. These are still available for one more week, celebrating the first year of Switch. 12 icons, 12 months, 12 games. Super comfy. I literally wear it nonstop. It probably smells like a Switch at this point, but it's totally worth it. It's soft like Kirby. It's cute like Animal Crossing. It's cool like Mario, and it's powerful like Donkey Kong. You will go into this world and grab a castle like Bowser and probably a Peach of your own.
How many peaches do you need to have a happy life? You need a few peaches, man.
One peach.
No, you need a few.
A few peaches?
Yeah. Well, here, let me rephrase. You need a peach. You need a Rosalina. You need Toadette. I don't know. I'm clearly not talking about the same thing you are, Zach. I'm just saying you need. I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, this is staying in, by the way.
Happy birthday, Switch. Gabe has lost his mind.
Yeah.
I think you need just one loyal, lovely Peach, and you'll be fine. Or one loyal, lovely Mario. Or whatever. You can a Rosalina,
Yoshi.
A Bowser, or Yoshi, whatever floats your boat. What floats my boat this week is that it's the Switch's birthday game.
Yeah.
And it's a good excuse for me and my healthy diet to have some cake. I'm gonna go get my Easy Bake Oven out.
Okay.
I'm gonna bake a cake. I'm gonna pull up Nintendo since my pets are dead, and I'm gonna have a little party. You have a new pet, so you can celebrate with a real living creature.
Yeah. And my boy Raylan, he's a wonderful cat. Maybe you guys will see him at some point. Not today. The door's closed, so he's not gonna come in. But he did randomly come in for a video not long ago that wasn't on Facecam.
Raylan wasn't part of Switch Year 1, so he's not allowed to be part of Comment Force 51.
Yeah, he'll be here next week.
Okay, beautiful. Anyhow, welcome to the show. Welcome to the official start of the new year of Switch. And we're going to start it off with a comment from Tando, who says, I'm calling it Nintendo Switch Birthday Direct. I
mean, the day's not over.
Yeah, but so far Nintendo tweeted and put out a press release and put out some Mario wallpaper.
Yeah, hey, it was a good looking wallpaper at least, right?
Oh no. I genuinely believe we would get something substantial. I really thought we would.
You get a substantial wallpaper?
I guess. At this point, we are just dried up. The directs, I don't know when it's coming at this point. If it's not later today, in like a couple hours, which it, by all accounts looks like it's not.
Nah.
I don't know when it is.
Or if it is.
Someone made this like great theory that like saw it on Reddit that Directs are just done. Like they're just done with Directs. The Switch sold so much. There's just so much momentum and popularity. People announce stuff on Twitter. Directs are done.
Indie games got her back forever now.
Oh God. That's not going to make people happy.
Y'all love those indie games. Vester and Friends says, has anyone thought of Plants vs. Zombies port for Switch? I know it's old, but it could work quite well. Zach, what do you think about this? You love Plants vs. Zombies. Garden Warfare, to be exact.
I do, yes. And we've talked about bringing 1+2 pack over, but this is really relevant because this week there was a leak or a rumor or a confirmation. Garden Warfare 3 was mentioned in a comic book listing for a Plants vs. Zombies official comic book that would bridge the gap between Garden Warfare 2 and 3, and it would release in September of this year. Now, earlier we had heard that Garden Warfare 3 was in fact canceled as EA restructured, but it looks like it could be back on. If it is on, I think it's a great way for EA to get involved with the Switch. I feel like that's a no-brainer and that it would be an amazing addition to the lineup. A great fit. It's basically a Nintendo game not made by Nintendo.
Yeah, I agree. They do like very cutesy shooter action very well. I like Garden Warfare 1 and 2 a lot. You and I played some of that together. Perfect fit, as you mentioned. I am worried that it's not real. Like, I think maybe like the leak is from... Because it could just be a comic thing that was like written some time ago that just wasn't updated after it was canceled. We don't know, so we'll have to wait and see. But that would be exciting.
The way that Splatoon has found success is very similar, in my opinion, to the way that Garden Warfare has found success. Right, it's a shooter with unique elements that trades a lot on customization and color and that sort of appeal. So They could sit side by side as a nice complementary pair.
Yeah.
Not a peach, a pear game. You ever have pears? How do you feel about pears?
You touched on something funny. I like pears. We're not going to get into it. All right, go ahead.
I would love. Okay, if I can't have cake because I do try to eat healthy, I would like a peach pear platter.
Pears are good.
Can we call Nintendo up and get a peach pear platter? Nintendo, I would like a birthday platter with a few cartridges made out of peaches and pears. Don't eat the cartridges for the birthday party. Goodness.
Nintendo needs to get back on track for giving us things. But
although Nintendo did eat your playtime, so maybe you should eat the cartridge as a little bit.
Please don't eat the cartridges, people.
Yeah, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Next up, we've got FlipDo, who says Nintendo did acknowledge Snip and Clip as their actual names. I saw them talk about them on an article as Snip and Clip, and this is fact. I think it's one of those things, Gabe, where we thought, because I legit thought we just made up Snip and Clip.
Well, hold on. We did. Wait, I thought we made it up like on day one we played Snipper Clips.
I looked back, and on March 3rd, the article Nintendo posted about Snipper Clip says, join Snip and Clip, blah, 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 blah. So I think it's one of those things where like we thought we invented it, but we actually read it, and it comes from them.
Possible.
So that's cool to know. Thank you, FlipDo, for pointing that out, because I legit thought we made that up, but it's fact.
Raging Red says, Mario Tennis Aces is rumored to be released on June 22nd.
How do you feel about this?
I don't think that's the date.
I don't think it's the date either. It's an awkward week and a half after E3. I mean, Nintendo did put out ARMS right at E3 last year, but they made very clear that Mario Tennis Aces was a spring release, and I think they need it.
Kirby, man.
So
that demo taking the world by storm. It's the Dark Souls of Kirby games.
They need this. I don't think it slips to June. I think that we honestly, get that's the only new game between now and E3. So I think it has to come out. I know they're gonna promote Tropical Freeze as a new product, since so few people played it. But I don't think April and May is just Hyrule and Donkey Kong. I think we do get Tennis Aces in there.
Hopefully.
It was posted on an Amazon Spain listing. I don't know. Amazon has been right before and they've been wrong before.
We have no way of knowing.
If I had to give this a sound effect, I would give this
You got to say something.
Whoa. Like a Dixie Kong cry. I don't think it's right at all.
Yeah.
Like 0%.
Yeah, I don't think it's right either.
All right. What I do think is right, though, is this great story by Randy Sprunger, who says, and I just thought this was such like a feel-good moment, Sandshrew used to be my favorite Pokemon as little. I even had a Sandshrew birthday cake. Man, you're so cool, Randy. You like Sandshrew? Most people are like on that Charizard kick. They're on that Pikachu. They're on that Mewtwo. You're like, yo, Sandshrew, baby. I think Sandshrew's a good pick because Sandshrew, like, he looks legitimate. Like, that could be a thing.
He kind of looks like an armadillo that stands up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of is a thing.
Yeah. I mean, Sandslash gets a little crazy with the claws. But Sandshrew, I did have a soft spot for the Sandshrew card. I remember being in this phase where I was like, man, I just want the cutest cards. Like, before I played the game, before I was, like, into holographics, like, when I just got my first pack, I was like, Sandshrew, that guy, he's pretty good. Pretty good indeed.
I always had a soft spot for Machamp. I don't know why.
He's not very soft.
No, I had a soft spot for him. I know he's not soft.
Did you just want to be hugged by his many arms?
No, I wanted to be hugged by Machoke.
You're going to be choked, Gabe? What is going on with you this episode?
I don't know, man.
This birthday party was too lit for you, I guess.
Seems like it. Caleb M., a frequent commenter, says, okay, fine. I just bought one of your awesome hoodies, even though I never buy merch, because the Switch's first year was seriously my favorite year in gaming. It got me to love games more than ever. Keep up the great work, you guys. Thank you. Buy that merch. No, I'm joking. We don't.
It's a really good hoodie. Jake did a phenomenal job. It's a really great way to support the Switch. It's a really great way to support the channel, and we do definitely appreciate it. They are available for another week. They are super comfy, and if you don't want the hoodies, the t-shirts are just as cool and have different designs and have a back design, or they have this design. You got options, baby. You got Peach, you got Rosalina, you got Daisy, you got Pauline. Pauline's back in action.
Okay.
Gabe, is that G stand for Gabe? That G on your hat?
It's a Go Pack Go, something you're very familiar with.
Oh, the Rat Pack Logic. I love him. He's been kicking it this week.
No, Go Pack Go.
Sluffy Gamer says, it's not that Kirby Star Allies is too easy. It's the problem that the allies pretty much play the game for you. Now,
this might be the bulk of the episode, by the way.
a lot of discussion about, is Kirby Star Allies too easy? Is it expected to be easy? Here's what I want to say. I think at the end of the day, no matter what a franchise's expectations are, no matter what a franchise's preceding elements are, the point of a game is to be fun. Or the point of a game is, if it's not fun and isn't mechanic based, it's to like convey a story or something like that. But in this case, the point of the game is to be fun and enjoyable. Easy, hard, medium, harder, easier. If the game plays itself, that takes a lot of fun away from me. And it's not that the game auto plays itself. Knowing that the game can play itself, that really scrambles my brain. And you know how I get when my brain gets scrambled. It's not a good look. But knowing that I can sit there and just let them defeat Day, that drives me crazy. And it's not because, oh, it's too easy or I'm against Kirby. It's because that I don't think sitting back and watching is fun.
All right, I'll say a few things about this. One, some of you were under the impression that we thought that the game was supposed to be hard. Clearly, that's not what we're saying. I feel like maybe we didn't convey it in the best sense. Neither of us thinks that Kirby should be Dark Souls. That's not what we said whatsoever. That's not what we expect. The problem lies with the allies. And I also wanted to bring this point up before I forget because my memory is so bad. We understand that the demo is probably very early levels and that the game will get harder. I feel like we know that. I don't want any part of the game to play itself. Like, if I can just press forward and jump at any point, no matter how early it is or how, like, just routine, like, the levels are, I don't want a game to ever play itself. Like, but that, you know, that I think that's a you and I thing, and maybe they're okay with it. I don't know.
Well, and just to expand that a bit, I take the exact same issue with Dark Souls, with Monster Hunter World, with Destiny. With Deep Rock Galactic, I do not like when people come in and beat the stuff I'm trying to beat for me. I do not like when I feel like I was carried, right? I don't think that's a good feeling in gaming for me. Maybe some people enjoy it. Maybe, you know, we get that Kirby is targeting a very young audience, but even young gamers, I think, enjoy feeling the satisfaction of doing the stuff in the game. And I know that yes, you can do it. Yes, you can kick the allies. Yes, you can play with actual human players and work together. Yes, you can ride on top of the allies. At the end of the day, I do feel like the game has potential to be fun. The game is very pretty. It has potential to be more challenging, and we're going to give it a fair shake. But of what we played, knowing that the allies can play the game for you and knowing that they are supposed to be a part of the game. Like, yeah, you can remove them, but that's going against what the game is supposed to do. I do feel like it removes some of the fun factor. And to me, easier, harder, past, present, none of that matters. It's just like, is the game fun? And this element of allies being able to beat bosses for you takes some fun away.
And that's one of the dangers of demos, right? Like, yeah, we get to play like some of the game a little bit early, but sometimes it's not super impressive, right? And maybe Kirby Star Allies is like a little bit more difficult and there is more to it like further in the game. We don't know. We can't speak on that because we haven't played it. We've seen like footage and things of that nature, but that doesn't do a very good job of conveying like what the actual game is. So at this point, we have to wait. I'm still excited for it. I'm still going to play through the game more than likely. So I'm still very open-minded about the experience. It's just, you know what we saw, wasn't for me.
It's charming. It's pretty. I think maybe if you had one ally in solo mode, like I think the idea of being able to play Kirby with 4 players is awesome. But having 3 CPU allies that run around and do stuff for you, I don't know that I like that. And yes, you can not pick up the allies, but I wish it was tuned so that single player allowed me to get to use the power-ups, allowed me to use the abilities. Because I would go in those demos and like, hey, I just got the ice power-up. Oh, wait, I can't use it because they killed every enemy. Oh, I want to try out this new fire sword. Oh, they kill. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it's like.
I mean, you can like suck them up and take like their powers, and I mean, you can, but
if they're killing enemies, like there were multiple times I had to walk backwards and walk forwards because they killed the enemies and I needed them to repop. Anyhow, move us along.
All right. The dreaded Zero says, people keep trying to defend this game by saying Kirby games have always been easy, but they were never this easy until Epic Yarn. The old Game Boy games weren't the easiest games ever. You could die fairly easily in those. Also, you claim Mario is easy, but there were many Moons in Odyssey that were super frustrating. And that's a great point, right? It's not necessarily like the difficulty of like the constant fear of dying. It's not so much that, or like the enemies like being like super overpowered. It's just that there needs to be some challenge, and I saw no challenge in that demo.
I think Mario Odyssey can be, depending on how you approach it, a very challenging game.
Yeah.
I think if you're going for a lot of moons, I think if you're going for completion, and that's what people are saying about Kirby, that if you're going for completion, that's where the challenge comes in. Great. We cannot wait to play the full version, and we cannot wait to see it. All we can do is talk about what we played. In that demo, the Allies did eliminate some of the fun. And to me, Mario's movement and his traversal, even if it was easy, is more fun than Kirby's movement and traversal, personally. But hey, I want to play the full version. I would love to review Kirby Star Allies, and I want to see where we get once we get to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th world. So hopefully we have a chance to do that. CK the Comic Guy says, good video guys. Everyone out here crapping on you for the games like y'all are the ones releasing them, LOL. This is about the March games and that there's so much shovelware in indies. We didn't do it. We promise. We didn't pick this list. We just covered it. He says, I'm excited for Kirby Star Allies, Castle of Heart, Bleed 2, and Scribblenauts Showdown. I'll probably check out that Lost Phone game too because of the cheap price point. Hey, I just want to say, like, kudos to you, CK, for finding some fun in that list. We know there's a bunch of bleh. We know that. Unfortunately, that's what we're living with right now. You know, we didn't pick that Kirby was the only major game from Nintendo this month, or that Kirby and Attack on Titan are the only major full-price AAA titles. We didn't pick that. I do think that maybe it's because a lot of these players are just console only, and maybe PC players have more experience with indies, but I think we got to give indies more of a chance. There's some great stuff, and it's great fun, and in some cases more fun than the AAA stuff. So I do think we got to give it more chance. But good list here. I think all 4 of those look good.
Same. Then, yeah, other than that, yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know what, you know, he's talking about, we got a lot of backlash on the March video. Just because the games were shovelware-ish. We haven't played the game, so you know I'm not passing judgment on them. But
I mean, some of them are straight up ports from mobile or things of that nature.
Yeah. That video was just like, hey, every game we know about coming in March, and like Zach said,
we do every month.
Yeah, we do it every month, and people seem to enjoy them for the most part. But we understand the redundancy of some of these releases. Zach, like Zach mentioned, I didn't make these games. Zach didn't make these games. So,
so if it was up to us, yeah, we'd have Smash and Animal Crossing. We'd be talking about those nonstop. We wouldn't ever talk about, you know, some of this shovelware. But I do think there is value in covering indies. I really do. And I know it's not the most popular thing, but I think there are plenty of strong titles, and I think it's valuable on a number of fronts. One, there aren't a whole lot of AAA releases. So if you want to play stuff, you're going to have to find it on the eShop, and we would love to bring some of those cool ideas to you. 2, I think some of these games are really quality, and their developers do deserve more props than they're getting. I think there's some really great stuff there. And 3, just from like a straight up reporting, this is the state of the Switch right now. March has Kirby Star Allies, Attack on Titan 2, and a whole lot of indies. Right now, what's being announced is a whole lot of indies. And so if we are going to be 360-degree, accurate, full Switch coverage, like, we have to talk about them. That's what's going on for the Switch right now. It's not our choice or our problem that Nintendo's Q1 was the Bayonetta port and the Kirby Star Allies game. That's not our choice or our decision. Like, if you take issue with that, and I think this next comment kind of really highlights maybe an overarching thing that we're running into with Switch. So Gabe, why don't you read this out?
Frozy or Frozzy DZN says, all these indies are boring me out. I mean, played a few of them, and I need a couple of retro style games if I play offline, but I need the high quality FPS and open world stuff. Like, bruh.
Okay.
Bruh.
I know that I have been an advocate for third party parody, and I still am. I still absolutely think we should get Madden and FIFA and Call of Duty and some stuff from Ubisoft and some more from EA and Activision and the rest. And Bandai's doing their part. I'd love to see, you know, Sega do more, and Capcom. The Switch is not going to be the platform for a whole lot of high quality FPS and open world stuff. It's just not going to be. I mean, I think on a power level, I think on an ideology level, that I don't think that was ever. I don't think this system is gonna get like, oh, Watch Dogs 3 and The Division and Destiny and Monster Hunter and you know, I don't think that's gonna be this.
Monster Hunter's coming to Switch in some form.
Okay, Monster Hunter is coming to Switch, but I mean just more the concept, like every game being open world and really beautiful and brilliant and focus, like pushing graphics and massive worlds is not really the Switch's MO.
Yeah, but like where I fall with this is like, and I hate to sound mean, but like, duh, like, come on.
But that's, we're coming up against a lot of people saying like, dang, these indies all stink. Where are the real games? First of all, I think indies are real games, and I saw a number of people point that out on these videos this week. Like, hey, like indies are real games. It's not like, oh, they're fake games. And we're seeing a transition in the industry, right? Plenty of popular designers are going indie so they have more control. Plenty of great games are coming from that space. I mean, just recently, we've had Celeste. We've had Into the Breach. I think those are going to be two of the top games this year, and they both are very small pixel art games.
Yeah.
Made by miniature teams. Yes, a glut of that can bring about a lot of subpar titles. But as long as you focus and find the ones that appeal to you, whatever your genre of choice is, I think you got to treat them like games. And I've really turned a corner on this because I used to be like Frozy. I was like, all these indies are boring me. But the fact of the matter is, for a number of reasons we're not going to get into, games are expensive. It's harder to make a very successful AAA probably than ever before. And so this is what we got. So, you know, like either you hate it or you enjoy it. And I would rather enjoy it. But I do like, look, Dark Souls Remastered, great get for Switch. The Lego games, great gets for Switch. I hope we get Call of Duty. But you're not going to see... It's not like, oh, all of a sudden Nintendo is going to be an FPS open world machine. Like they are going to get closer than I think they may ever have since the SNES. But that's not... Like, if that's what you're waiting for... Not a good look.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on from that. And I just want to say, like, I think the hate and the backlash on indies. One last point. If there is a massive game coming, you will know about it from Nintendo and from us and from Game Explainer and from everybody. But like, to think that each week we're gonna get like a surprise massive game announcement, that's just not gonna happen. So when you click on our videos, don't expect that. When you click on a news story, don't expect that. When you see like, oh, a new cool thing coming to Switch, it's probably not gonna be Battlefield 5 or Fortnite or Assassin's Creed.
It might be Fortnite.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, right now, state of the Switch, before E3, before we hope that we're rewarded with a whole lot of new announcements, right now the state of the Switch is a whole lot of indies, and some of them are really great. And then there's a few bigger games sprinkled in. But I think at some point, like, I don't know, and maybe it's because Zelda and Mario just took so much of the headspace for year one. This was the, like, to me, what we have right now is basically what we had last year. A few major releases, a few third-party releases, and a lot of indies.
Yeah, just the caliber of the releases was different. Like Zelda and Mario, I mean, no shot at like Kirby, but Zelda and Mario are not Kirby and Yoshi.
For sure, but I think we get that caliber once we get into the months that
well, not in March.
Typically see those. No. I mean, but Zelda was launched in March with the system.
For sure,
right?
for sure.
I don't know.
Smashes and save us all, guys. Don't worry. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Jaker Doc says, please, please, please make a video playing Coffin Dodgers. Like if you agree so they can see the comment, make him. Only one person liked, which I take issue.
It was me. No, it wasn't.
It was
me.
you?
No. Yeah, I'm all over that. I've told Zach twice now. Don't let me forget about that game. That game.
Gabe literally texts me like randomly, just like, hey, please don't let me forget about Coffin Dodgers on March 13th. Like, all right, I got you.
You got me? You sure?
I got you, Gabe. You have a man. You, like, not only do you like the peaches and the pears, you like the mangoes, which are those geriatric folk, the old timers.
I'm not gonna continue to comment on things that can be taken the wrong way, but I try to look for next comment. There's no next comment. We're done.
There's no next comment. It's a short week this week. The focus has been on just sort of recapturing and remembering the Switch. It's been a really awesome year, and it's been a phenomenal year of Comment Force. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Thanks for all your comments and your ideas and your thoughts and your questions. I do have to say, regardless of the topic, regardless of where people fall opinion-wise, it's so fun to discuss this stuff, and it's so fun to think about it and really just see how we feel and how you feel and what the state of the Switch is and what the state of the industry is and where these games and how it's all going to pan out, and rumors and leaks and predictions and actuality and news. Like, the whole thing is really fun, and we do it every day, and we work our butts off every day to make content. And
even on days where there's nothing to do,
a lot of it is dictated by what's out. And right now, what's out is Nintendo Indies. Right?
Nah.
The Nintendo Indie Switch right now is what's going on. So, hey, we're not going to just sit there and do nothing for weeks. And I don't know, like, we work hard at this stuff, and so I hope that comes through, because we definitely try our best to bring you guys fun, interesting content across the spectrum. I think it's important to cover everything. I think we'd be doing you and the Nintendo Switch a disservice if we only covered their AAA releases. Also, you'd only hear from us like once a month. So with that being said, happy birthday, Switch. Let's take a quick moment to give the Switch a present. Gabe, instead of advice this week, if you're going to give the Switch a present, what? Oh, okay. You can even give advice to the Switch.
All right, Switch, let's get you some advice. Do you got one off the top of your head? Because I'm still thinking.
Yes.
Go.
Dear Nintendo Switch, you are such a beautiful baby boy. 1 year old.
Wait, can I stop you? Can you stop that? Or at least tell me I'm wrong so I can stop thinking you're wrong. You keep saying 1 year's old. Like plural.
Should I say 1 year old?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nintendo Switch. You're 1 year old.
Yeah. Is that who's wrong here?
Probably me.
Probably me. I don't know.
You've grown. You started off strong. You had a really great period near Christmas time, and now you've kind of gotten comfortable. And I'd appreciate if you would get back to growing. And I think the main thing you can do for us is to educate us on what's coming next. Are you going to start talking? Are you going to start walking? Are you going to start growing hair? Are your teeth coming in? Tell us. All we want to know is what's coming next. And I think that would save a whole lot of hassle, a whole lot of struggle. Because I know you got stuff. Baby, I know you're growing. I know it's coming. I just want to know what. Then I can prepare. Then I can get excited. So I think a little bit more clarity, a little bit more transparency. You got this big, beautiful system. You cost a lot of money. A lot of people are waiting, eagerly anticipating. And just let us know. You fell asleep on your birthday. But maybe you can give us a little taste of what's to come soon. Thank you.
You did such a well job encompassing so much of what I would say to Switch that I'm struggling to think of anything to tell it that you haven't just told it. Maybe grow up a little bit, right? Switch. We get it. Kirby's cool. We're a little bit outside of the age range. Bayonetta was really cool, and that just came out, but we want more grown-up stuff. Dark Souls is coming. We have Donkey Kong. That's a little bit more of a difficult platformer, so I want to see more grown-up stuff on Switch. And I don't mean Outlast 2. We don't need that. But I think Fire Emblem will fill a good void. Smash Brothers. Absolutely. Get some fights under you. Get some experience under that belt, Switch. Let's go fight people in Smash Brothers, not in real life. So, yeah.
I mean, by all accounts, this year could turn very hardcore very quick. If we get, Smash, that's a game that has a huge esports presence. We get Fire Emblem, that's a game with a lot of difficulty. Even Pokemon, yes, I know it's a whatever, but it's still an RPG that has a lot of nuances and a lot of you can get obsessed and really min-max that game pretty hardcore.
Done.
Dark Souls, like it could get hardcore very fast. And if we get Call of Duty, I mean, we could be sitting here at the end of the year and this Common Force could be on like, man, Nintendo has grown up.
Diablo's very obviously coming no matter what Blizzard says.
I think it is.
Yeah. Blizzard, you're crazy if you think that wasn't a tease for a Switch announcement.
Yeah, we just like the light. Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man.
We do like you, though. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being a part of Comment Force 51. Let us know how you're feeling about stuff this week. Let us know how you're celebrating the birthday. Stay tuned for more goodness. Like I said, the shirts and the hoodies are available for one more week if you want to check those out. Join us on Discord, link in the description. Join us on Twitter, link in the Discord. And we're gonna make like a breadcrumb trail. Like, hey, if you want to find our Twitter, go to the Discord. If you want to find our Instagram, go to Twitter. And if you want to find Gabe's house, go to Instagram. Go to.
All right, here. Let's start by giving them a single character in my address every single day. It's not to be out of order. Today, the letter T.
Take that T and run with it, my friends, because it is the start of the second year of Switch, and we cannot wait to enjoy it with you. Enjoy it. Find the games that you enjoy and enjoy them. There's a lot out there. Give them a chance. Love, live, and let live. We are ready to wrap things up. So for myself and Gabe, 51 in the bag, baby. 52 next week. We'll see you there. Until that time, Switch Force